Alright, I need some caffeine here. I gotta start waking up. We're in round 2. When the Dial want to play first? Yes, please. Ooh, this is a sketch keep. We got a lot of nice 3s. I'm gonna go ahead and keep it because I don't want to mull in the play, and we should be able to get to our 5 drops here. But kind of risky. But I do like that we have a Titan Strength and a Time to Feed, should I get any creature in the 2 or 3 drop category. Another white opponent? Really? Well, I guess the last opponent wasn't super white. Just had a Phalanx Leader or whatever. Soldier of the Pantheon. I have a multicolored card. That could get bad. Alright, I want to draw a creature. On our deal on this guy, oh, it was very possible, and, well, I guess not happening, so that's good, but, man. If that were to go down, that would be super evil. No 2-drops, very good. Stymied Hopes, mayhaps? Who knows? Groundless player, 3rd mana. Not playing a Stymied Hopes. And then, draw a creature, right? Bant. That's interesting. Very interesting. So it looks like I'm not getting too punished initially. Here comes what, a 3/3? No, 2/3. Okay. Still acceptable. I really need a creature now. That's not it, but maybe Voyage's End will help that situation. Good news is there is a Centaur Battlemaster coming down next turn as well, or an Arbor Colossus, so as long as we're staying alive, we should be in good shape. I'll take 4 here if nothing happens to, pump these guys majorly, because then we should be able to start stabilizing. And yeah, we're still okay. What else does my opponent have? Nothing. Okay, I'm going to run out the Centaur Battlemaster, see if it gets there. Does it get countered? It does not. So that's wonderful. And then we'll see if my opponent wants to continue to attack in. I'm tapped out. If there's attacks, there are tricks. Guess there are tricks. Alright. We'll time to feed to take the pressure off. Ooh. Definitely going to time to feed the Prophet of Krufax. And then we'll keep up Voyage's End. I like that idea. That is the one I want to kill, correct? Yes. Too good not to. My opponent has to play whatever trickaroos there are now. Ooh, God's Willing. That's a bummer. My opponent's gonna copy it? Alright, so doing a double God's Willing. It's okay, I mean, at least my Centaur Battlemaster still gets to get pumped. And I still have a Voyage's End and a Titan Strength to get there. I'm just not entirely sure why my opponent wants to copy the God's Willing. Well, that's okay. And then, yeah, just pass the turn because I can't afford to attack right now, being this low in life. Alright, alright, alright. What else you got coming in here? Now the Centaur Battlemaster will block any and everything with a Titan Strength and Voyage's End backup. I'm able to play the Arbor Colossus. and keep these guys up again next turn, which is pretty dandy. Interesting. Could be a bounce, which would want to be played anyway. Can't think of anything big enough to make that worth doing. So maybe my opponent has just a Voyage's End and wants to bounce it wants to bounce the Centaur Battlemaster anyways. Might as well see if there's a chance of getting 2 points of damage through. Could be Divine Verdict. Oh, okay. 3, 4, 5. Plus copying it. That's okay. So how much is it doing? That's doing 6, 7, 8. So I will play my own Titan Strength. And yeah, I actually want that. That would be a great card. Pretty fun little brew that's happening right there. I am actually tempted to start a... What's my mana going to be? 1, 2, 3... 2, 3, 4... I think we're going to get Arbor Colossus down this turn. So I will go ahead and start bashing in with the Centaur Battlemaster. It's so much life that it's worth it, and with the Voyage's End back up, we shouldn't get too blown out of the water here. Because that helps us really get things back on track for us. Another dude coming down with the Profix. Yep. Ooh, that guy could seal out the game if there's enough targets since I'm so low in life, so gotta be wary of that. Especially with the Charlatan. Look at this rare ensemble. I didn't realize I had so many rares against the field I'm playing. I got my rare. I'm staying alive with my own rare. But, you know, a Titan Strength copied onto the Lava Champion on its own, 4 points of damage. But my opponent's playing a really crazy 4-color deck. If I don't lose too quickly to it, should be in good shape. Alright, opponent's coming by. Right. So, we're blocking. How does this work? There's got to be some type of something to make this a good attack. I'm more scared of the Labyrinth Champion, so I actually want... But then it really encourages my opponent to target, but my opponent's probably going to target it anyway, so let's just go for it. I can't imagine my opponent not. Divine Verdict is the main thing that happens, but I can't not block. I have to be blocking right now. If it is Divine Verdict, do I Voyage's End my own Arbor Colossus? That's a good question. My main worry is if there is some way that my opponent can be winning right now with the 2 cards in hand and the Melita's Charlatan, because I'm taking 2 damage here. And if there's a way for me to need to... Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. and I take 6 points of damage, if what I'm anticipating is the charlatan pumping twice. I'm going to take that damage no matter what, right? The 4 points. I can't not. But what I can do is make sure scries don't happen. And I actually get to prevent one of those from hitting right now, because I get to react to the charlatan. So that's great. I thought I was going to have to take 4 points no matter what from the Live of the Champion, but I don't. So that's grand. Alright, next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 3. Yeah, we're putting you on top. I want you so bad. This way I'm only taking 4 points of damage. My opponent's almost effectively tapped out with 1 island, no scries, and just some damage, right? So Trident Tactics is the only card I can think of. Now, there are blocks to be had, but 9 points of damage come through from both sides. The Labyrinth Champion can come down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and still kill me. Definitely still kill me. I'm just trying to think. I should be able to stay alive. I lose to anything if my opponent can play the Labyrinth Champion and target it with something, whatever the last card in hand is. But my opponent has to be blocking these dudes. There's a block. There's a block. What else happens? Just get flashed in the Labyrinth Champion? Yeah. Ugh. So hopefully no targeting effect. Come on, no targeting effect. This is a targeting effect. Dang it, it's a targeting effect. Oh well. Almost had it. Almost had that. 1 piece away. Sweet deck my opponent's playing. Don't know how consistent it is, which makes me really want to punish for that. Shredding Winds didn't seem to go there. We saw another Eidolon come down, but man, playing 4 color, that's kind of insane. Might be appropriate to play Dissolve, but I don't want to ruin my mana for it. I think I actually just want to keep it this way. Maybe take out the Titan Strength. No, I like what the deck's doing. I just gotta not keep the kind of hand that I did keep, because that's really what ruined me there. Of playing against the Spirit of Danzig's deck, if I had mulliganed more appropriately, I wouldn't have been so late to the game. This should be very good. 2 into Disciple into Nylea. And if I draw a 3-drop, then ooh, that's just insane. Great. Hey, so there's that. Zaberkin, okay. 3-drop? At least presence. It does something. Just not exactly what I want it to do. But we get a draw card, up our devotion. That's good. I already play a land for turn. I should just F6. Because there's nothing anybody can do. So next turn, I'll play Nylea. so that I can play Nylea's Disciple and then start bashing in with Nylea afterwards. Yeah, I like that idea. Again, I need to be paying attention more. A little too sleepy for this right now. Nice rip. Rip! She is. It's not a rip, but I think what Spirit of Dancing is saying is nice open or nice draw or something, because I don't think he or she is referring to actually ripping the card. But yeah, Nylea is good. And about to see just how good. We'll take the 4, we're going to get it all back in a second and start bashing through. Battle-wise hoplite. Alright, race is on. Super duper race is on. Titan Strike's very good. I like that. Unfortunately, I don't get to play mana to where I can play both dudes, but yeah, we're going to go ahead and attack. Go back up to 19, attack him with a 6/6. There's a lot of damage coming through on the other side of the table, but this I think needs to happen. We have blocks, so that's good. Vaporkin's probably the most worrisome. The Charlatan, though, at 5 mana gets pretty annoying. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points of damage coming by, which we can handle for right now. Next turn we get our own big swing. What's here? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If my opponent were to tap out, we're in really good shape because we can win off of this. What can my opponent have? A Voyage's End of his or her own? Indeed, indeed. Which we haven't seen, but certainly is a thing. I can't really afford to take another hit. I think I go for it here, right? Oof, this is tricky. So we can go ahead and Voyage's End the Burnished Heart, tack in, try to Titan Strength. Now that takes 1, 2, 3, and then can I sacrifice? I can sacrifice to get the Asp down after that, so let's go for it. God's Willing, though, is a thing. Oh. We'll see. Ugh. Don't have Voyage's End. Come on, don't have it. Don't you dare have Voyage's End. Ooh, Triton Tactics. Okay, well hopefully our Titan Strength will allow us to at least eat these guys. At least kill one of them. I won't be able to kill both of them, unfortunately, so let's see how my opponent wants to do this. Alright. Do I care about the Charlatan more or the Hoplite? Well, I care about my Disciple more. And I can't sacrifice the Satyr right now to get the mana, otherwise Nylea doesn't do any damage, and I really need the damage. Now we're in a pretty precarious situation, taking 5 the next couple turns. But we're going to try to get there. We do have a lethal attacker if there's no blocks, so that's good. Oh, shoot! Oh no, I'm okay. I thought for a second I miscounted my mana and that I had 4 available, but this Presence is an enchantment, not a land. I thought I could have pumped an extra one. Alright, it's getting tricky. The Asp will help stabilize, so we can block a bunk load. And we can attack in with our Nylea, which certainly will be tasty. And we are definitely doing that. Heart just gets a bunch of lands and whatnot, but forces that to be the case. Versus some other shenanigans. 1 card in hand with 1, 2, 3, 5 points of damage coming through, but we have a reach dude, so even with a pump we're fine. It does mean that if all attacks come by, we have to block, because any +2/+2 kills us. That does mean, though, that we can safely block anything. There's really no benefit to blocking the Pegasus over something else, because anything that can pump these guys enough... Oh, that's dangerous. Luckily, we're not dead to that, but we're pretty close. I think we'll get there if my opponent's not careful. Cards are out of hands. Oh, opponent's going for it. I think that's the win then for us to get to the next game. There we go. So yep, winning off of our Mythic, as is the game plan. Very precarious. Surprised my opponent's deck is functioning as well as it is. It looks like maybe that red splash is just for the Titan Strength and the that rare that we saw. Maybe the green splash for the Prophet of Krufix. Anything I saw that makes you want to trade things up? Shredding Winds a little bit. We saw some flyers now that make it relevant, and some good synergy with that. It makes me want to pull out either my Battle Master or my Vulpine Goliath. I'm not too sure which one. Battle Master... Oh yeah, I forgot. With the 2 Titan Strengths, the Battle Master is actually pretty decent. So we'll do that instead of the Vulpine Goliath. Yes, sirree. Ooh, and we have quite a nice start. We got our Nylie's Presence in turn 2. Should help us also pound out these Disciples and our Nessian Asps, gain some life. Yeah, we're going to be in good shape in the start of the game. Ooh, an Oppression Chimera. Well, I like the quality of our cards. The question is, will my opponent be able to assemble a board state powerful enough to rival what I have? I like having my island. We'll go ahead and go this route. Let me draw land. Cool beans. 3-drop would be insane. Of course, opponent has very good mana, though I can't complain. I've been getting really good mana as well. That's okay. That's very good. What we really need right there was a 3-drop, but it looks like we're just going to have to settle with taking some damage here. and coming back in it with the Nylea's Disciples and Chimera and Nylea and all that fun stuff. Alright, so our sequencing will be Nylea's Disciple next turn, then probably Nylea and then another Nylea's Disciple. Opponent's stuck on 3 land, that's good. Looking for some lands, as should be the case, having not hit a land drop right there. So assuming there's nothing too crazy across from the table being played, though that's a big assumption with my opponent at 6 cards and perfect mana, I'll play Nylea next turn, so that I can play Nylea's Disciple on the following turn, and be able to get Nylea going. I might want to take the Labyrinth Champion out. It's not particularly a scary card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we still play the defensive game. Could just play the Asp now. But I kind of like having my Titan Strength available. And since I'm on defense, I'm not attacking with my Nylea's Disciple. Plus, it's a little too powerful in getting Nylea online that I don't want that to happen. I think we'll play the Chimera next turn. I don't need to play my Disciple in order to get the bonus. If I draw a land, maybe I'll play the land and the Asp to get that out. But I'm keeping Titan Strength up pretty handily right now to help protect. Keep taking 2, that's okay. As long as it's just 2. And what's here? Wave Crash Triton. And a Soldier of the Pantheon. Okay. These things are fine. Don't love the Wave Crash Triton being able to tap down my Nylea, but what can you do, right? Opponent only has a God's Willing, so I'll start bashing in with Nylea here. Play the Coastline Chimera. I don't care about that 1 life. I'm trying to think what's the worst case that can start happening from my opponent's side of the table. The Charlatan coupled with the Labyrinth Champion and a bunch of tricks can get really nasty. Prophet of Crufex is kind of late to the party, may not be as big of a deal. And there's honestly not a lot of damage coming through, considering I have some good blockers lined up. And my Titan Strength to help me get out of it, and some more life, and more devotion to Nylea to continue the beats. That's interesting. Just throwing that away? Or God's Willing? Yeah, okay. Do I want to keep the Coastline Chimera alive? Yeah, I do. I think it's a very important card. I get a Scry. Shredding Winds will actually be good, because I think I'm worried about a flyer, so we'll hang on to that. And the fact that it didn't do 2 damage to me is very good. Bummed that I'm tapped out, though. I don't get to use my Titan Strength to eat creatures. But that was a God's willing that didn't go on a Wave Crash Triton to tap down my Nylea. This is 7 life if nothing dies on my Disciple. Alright, so my opponent wants to do a lot of damage here. I'm cool with the Vaporkin coming through. I think I'll just go ahead and block the Labyrinth Champion. Bummer is any kind of pump, does an extra 2 points of damage and then kills the Chimera. So maybe I will just kill the Soldier of Pantheon and bait out the trick that way. Yeah, I think I do that. My opponent doesn't realize that I have another Disciple to come through to keep bashing on with my Nylea. Could be like another Triton Tactics or a Dauntless Onslaught or something, and with all these different heroic triggers, good things can go down. Ooh, Divine Verdict. Gain a life. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I definitely want to 1, 2, 3 play the Disciple so I can attack in with my God, right? And then I'll still get to keep open my Titan Strength again. And I get to gain the life that I need. Yeah, that's kind of has to be the game plan. Because I really need to turn the tides in my favor here by putting pressure on my opponent. Ooh, should have attacked with Horizon Chimera. That was silly of me. That annoys me so much. I'm not blocking the Horizon Chimera, because if I block, then I have to use the, oh, okay, here comes this guy. Looks like I'm going to try to protect my Horizon Chimera again. Hold on, how much damage do I take next turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're still in good shape. My opponent is getting card advantage out of me from this. I'm going to put this Cedar Hedonist on the bottom. A land would be better than that at that point. But man, I wish I was attacking with this Horizon Chimera so bad. Opponent can still just block here and do nada. And then my Nylea doesn't untap, and now we're in a really crazy tempo game. But let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But the Asp still comes down next turn. And then following turns, I have Time Defeats and Shredding Winds. Oof. Don't like being this low in life with the Labyrinth Champion out. Maybe I do just go ahead and Time Defeat right away. Opponent starts dumping a hand. I get to gain a life. Alright, what do I want to do? What am I most concerned about? Vaporkin doing a lot of damage in the air. What's a human? This is a human. This is a human. Ooh, so lots of things coming in for damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 next turn. The Asp is cool because it blocks so well, but if anything targets the Wave Crash Triton, I'm dead. There's so many things that I can die to in the very nearest of futures. So I think what I have to do is play a removal spell and play a Voyaging Satyr for some chumpos. The Chimera, again, is not going to be blocking. Opponent's got to be so confused. And then, so who do I kill? I think it has to be, what, the Cavalry Pegasus? Is that right? Ugh. I should just take out the Labyrinth champion while I can. 6, 7, 8. I'm going to be down to 3. Yeah, I think I have to take out the Labyrinth champion. Because that's, with such a low life total, that's like, I think, the number one thing that kills me. Oh shoot, okay, and now I'm being stupid. I should not have attacked with the Chimera. The Chimera blocks the Cavalry Pegasus. And now any pump kills me. Well, no. I go down to 1 with like a +2/+2 pump. Yeah, that was bad. I should not have attacked with Cavalry Pegasus. That was absolutely horrid on my part. So this guy just jumps here so I can not go down to 1. Otherwise, Hoplite. Well, that Cavalry Pegasus takes the Shredding Winds now, that's for sure. Get to gain a life. Or do I? Let's continue to think this through before I just ruin my life. Attacking with Nylea and my Disciple. I'm really weak. If the humans get flying, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage in the air that I can't do much about. But I have an Asp and the Chimera to deal with that. Yeah, I think we're just going to attack him with Nylea. Play the Asp. Play defense. And see if that can't get us there. My opponent can have so many different things. But if we can stay alive this one last turn, I'm only worried about the air dudes. Then the Shredding Wind should be able to take out some of the flyers. We start being able to get in there. And hopefully shore up the game a little bit. I don't have any more life gain in my deck. I've been pretty greedy. Or I'd be pretty greedy to have another one. But I do want another Disciple. That would just really get me out of this danger zone. So my opponent has something. No, could just be looking at the board state, because it is so complex, which is why I should be doing math-wise. If my opponent attacks with everything, what happens? These two are on the ground, and gets eaten, or I take 1 point from there, so I'm at 5. I have to block probably the Hoplite in order to not die to just a basic pump, and then we put the Chimera in front of the Pegasus? As in, Asp takes out the Hoplite, Chimera takes out the Pegasus. I'm taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, then any pump kills me no matter what. So I guess there's no need to have to go for the Battle-Wise Hoplite. Except for the Scribe. Really, any pump will kill me. +2/+2, or something like that. I must say this is a much more fun Theros draft than I've played in quite a while. Playing Devotion Green deck that, again, I haven't played before, and also playing against this deck, which is just Spirit of Danzig's really sweet brew. It's actually working somehow. Alright, cool. So it looks like we're just about to get there. Centaur Battlemaster is nice. Can't cast both. Have to cast Shredding Winds. Can't Monstrosity the Asp. So what do? I attack with the God again. We're going to use Shredding Winds before attacks. Yeah, I think that's all we can do right now. This should help us get back in the race a little bit. I'm trying to decide which of the Shredding Winds take out. No blocks. Okay. That's good. I know I'm not commentating much. I'm feeling very much the fun thrill of the tension of every draw step being dramatic. And then trying to anticipate what could be played. There's so many cards that could come down. We've seen a number of different tricks that make this game just end on the spot. The Shredding Winds I need to save for after blocks are declared if my opponent tries to go for a win with a pump spell on one of the flyers. But for all I know, my opponent goes for the pump spell on the Wave Crash Triton, which is the one that I would not be blocking should a full-out attack come down. But that I have to wait and deal with as the attacks are declared. So instead I want to think if my opponent continues to realize, like, I just got to stay on defense, can I win with an attack back next turn? And do I just continue to hold the Shredding Winds if no attack comes through? Or do I fire it off at end of turn? If I attack with Nylea, opponent has to block, and that's really good, because just getting one or two cards off, or a creature card off the table, means my defense is back in action. Alright, my opponent's going to start going for it. And we're going to hopefully survive through some kind of pump. So the Chimera is going on the Cavalry Pegasus. The Disciple is going on the Triton Fortune Hunter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The Asp is going to be put on the Vaporkin. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. Alright, can we survive? I don't know if we can. This could get hard. Okay. Can I survive? I get to take out one of the flyers with the Shredding Winds. Yay! Does that even matter? This guy's going here. Let's just say for now. Chimera is going here. Let's just say for now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is exactly lethal. Therefore, I have to chump the Wave Crash Triton. Or I need to trade my Chimera with something else. What would I rather do? I don't want to chump. Because if I'm doing this, I want to take out creatures. So if that's the case, we're going to block Battle-wise hoplite? Do that. Now we're at 3. Uh, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, and then Shredding Winds happens and takes out one of the flyers. 3, 4, 5. Yep. Those are the blocks. Is there another pump? I assume not, because it probably would have already happened. So let's take out the Soldier of the Pantheon. Now let's take out the Vaporkin, because it naturally has flying. And see what happens. Do I stay alive? Well, I kind of have to go for it, don't I? Oh no, what do you have? GG's. Yeah, he's psyching me out. Whew. Yeah, that was hard. Cool, fun. Yeah, he's like, can't believe he won. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised too. I don't know if that's an insult or not. In how I was playing, or how slow I was playing, or what the deal was. But all I know is it was super fun. I had a grand time. Looking forward to the finals.